So Wade Cameron, world traveler. Let me ask you a few questions.
Yes, go ahead.
What inspired you to write your book?
What inspired me to write my book? I like to observe the world around me and give thought-provoking ideas to get people to think a different way. I like people to observe different things when it comes to what's around them. So I like to make people think about things. I like to make people observe things, different situations, things like that.
So I'm assuming you mean like multicultural experiences and worldly things like that?
Yes, exactly. So for me, as a traveler of the world, I've been to many countries, countries such as Brazil, Costa Rica, Panama, many other countries in Asia such as South Korea. What I observed is many cultures observe the world in so many different ways.
And how's that influenced your writing?
By being an ESL teacher and having the education that I have to go over there to wherever I go, I make sure that I provide education, but also as I'm providing education, I'm also learning. So I'm taking in everything around me. So I'm showing people who have never been to those countries how other cultures live, and I think that's very important.
So you're showing your perspective of what you encounter. But then, like, on a tough day, how would you keep your motivation up for writing?
That's a good question. To keep my motivation up, I make sure I go to places nice and quiet. I go either in the woods or I go, for example, in nature, like a nice walk, maybe the beach, somewhere where I'm where it's nice and quiet, and I can get my thoughts going.
All right. So, what would you say would be one of the cultural influences of heritage on your stories that you've written about in your books?
Yes. So I have a lot of influences, mostly in the poetry department. I don't know if everyone has learned about Langston Hughes. He's a famous poet and a great poet of the Harlem Renaissance. And his books were about inspiring black people to be proud of their heritage and for them to look at themselves differently. So for me, a lot of my inspiration comes from him, alongside other poets and also other writers like Toni Morrison, Robert Frost, many other writers.
Okay, great. So we know your influences, but what are some specific moments that in life have inspired your books and your writing?
So being able to teach in Brazil for 3.5 years as a teacher from the United States, I used that experience to give thoughts and paint a picture of what was going on in Brazil at the time, politically, what was going on in Brazil, education-wide, what Brazil has and what it needs on the educational aspect. I also was engaged in the culture. I learned Portuguese. That allowed me to talk to different types of people, get their perspective of what was going on and how they could be better and how their governments could do better. So I got so many thoughts and ideas from others as well as observing around me. So it's allowed me to travel and put thoughts to paper and make those ideas come to life.
Great. Love that cultural snapshot with your writing. So thank you so much for this interview, Wade, and we'll see you soon at A.C.E.
Yes. And one more thing, my book is available online on Amazon.com. Also, my book is available on BarnesandNobles.com. I will definitely write in the description for you if you need be. But I have 3 books available. I'll go by name. The book that I have is Melvin the Mischievous Mongoose, First Day of School. That's a story about my childhood growing up in Jamaica. I also have my poetry book, my first book that I wrote, which is called Dare to Dream and Touch a Star. It talks about my aspirations to travel and do great things in the world. And my last book, Dream Fulfilled, A Traveler's Journey. I think I might have one copy right here. 1 second, folks. And here it is. Available on Amazon, BarnesandNobles.com. This is my latest book, A Dream Fulfilled, A Traveler's Journey. For those who have dreams and aspirations to travel the world or to be something that they doubt in their mind that it can be, just do it. I am living proof that anything's possible. I've traveled, I've taught English, and I'm continuing to put my stories to life. So thank you for your support. Please join us next week as we bring another video. Please like and subscribe on my channel, ACE.com. ACE, sorry about that. And I'm looking forward to see you next week. Thank you.